So this is my Media Lab 1 project. I titled it It's Never Too Late for Tragedy, story by Wayne Gray. And this story pretty much is going to be about three soldiers, myself, Rick Jones, and John Masters. And we pretty much were deployed together. This was my second deployment in Afghanistan, and we were stationed in the Logar Wardak province. After pretty much a rough, really rough, long, just terrifying deployment. It was the worst deployment I've ever been through, and for most of us in that case. And it was just, we were just ready to go. We just wanted to go home. So finally that day comes where we're told to just come back to Fob Shank and let's go ahead and start packing up and getting ready to roll out. We were happy. It was just finally just relief. We're not worried about having to go back outside the wire, what we called it. And so as we're prepping to roll out, our commanding officer says, hey, I want you to put a training video together for the guys that are coming in to replace us, you know, how to properly do a safety brief, how to evacuate casualties and that kind of thing. So as we're putting that together, thinking that the worst of the deployment is behind us, something terrible happened during the training video, which for me personally was probably one of the worst things that I had to deal with on that deployment. And I never would have thought that would be the case conducting a training video, especially when you're told that you're going home. We're supposed to be happy. This is a good time. And so there's more to that, but that's kind of the pitch, is I want to go into that in greater detail, of course, for my memoir project. The setting for this thing will be basically a very true story. I came home from this deployment and I was kind of rushed right into this welcome back party amongst friends, families, and neighbor. And after everyone kind of got settled in and, got comfortable, saying pretty much, hey, welcome back, glad you made it home safe and whatnot, the question started coming finally, where it's like, how was it? What was the scariest thing that you ever gone through? And, did you ever have to shoot at anybody? What was like the scariest thing? And so I got my friends and family just huddled around me, and I'm just going over this story. And that's kind of the setting, which is kind of ironic that the setting is also the same for this assignment. But given that that's the environment, the atmosphere, I'm going to use that setting, of course, to set the atmospherics up, go into my story. I do want to incorporate graphics, photos into my audio project. I will be using sound effects, explosions, some chatter in the background, some military, unrecognizable chatter in the background and military sounds, stuff like that, to kind of give it that extra punctuating mark during the audio file. And pretty much just tailor that through along with some music to kind of create tension, create the mood for how we're all feeling as the characters in the story and so forth. But yeah, that's pretty much the story that I want to go with, and that's pretty much how it's going to go to the end, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and see the full story when it's all completed. And I'm out.